I'd be making a big mistake today if I did not jump into the discussion of two of the biggest trends that we've ever seen. That would be gold, some of the other metals like silver, and crypto, Bitcoin, etc. Now I know I can go on to X, I can go on to Facebook, and I could find very smart people who have explanations, rationalizations for why gold has gone straight up. They've got the same explanations, different explanations, but the same thing in the sense that they are explanations. They have explanations for Bitcoin. They have explanations for all of these crypto coins. Okay, I get it. Everything's going up. You got to have a story. Ladies and gentlemen, when something like this flash crash happens, you got to say to yourself, especially if you're some young person and you're at 50 to 1 leverage with no diversification, you should be saying to yourself, what the fuck am I doing? Now, yes, in the abstract, from a trend following perspective, you want nothing more than to be on board a gold trend or a Bitcoin trend. These are winner, winner, chicken dinner, the best. But you don't get there unless you want to go through life as a lottery winner. And I'm not saying that's necessarily bad if you're lucky enough to get the lottery. But what the hell are you doing? Planning for the lottery? I mean, look, if somebody has made 100 million bucks or $1 billion on crypto because they bought it 15 years ago and you didn't, how useful is their advice for you? They didn't have a trading strategy. They just made a decision at that moment in time to buy, and they held on to it. You have to salute that, but can you replicate that? No, you can't replicate that. How the hell could you replicate it? Let's start with gold. Gold has made a huge move. But if you look at gold compared today to 1979, 1980, that 79, 80 gold move was a lot bigger, hell of a lot bigger. That doesn't take anything away from the current gold move, but put things in perspective. If you've seen gold go up as much as it has gone up now, and you have the explanation for why it's going up, do you think there's a possible hole in your logic? I mean, if gold is roughly at across the $4,000 threshold and gold was to decline to 2,000, what would you do? Would you just hold on? Would you take a 50% drawdown in one market? Or would you have a plan? A plan where you might not take 50% declines. You might say to yourself, I'm going to trade gold. I'm going to ride that trend as long as it goes, but I'm going to have an exit. My exit is not going to get me out at the top because nobody can predict the top. None of these Elliott wave fuckers, these Gann fuckers, these Fibonacci fuckers, these support and resistance fuckers, these candlestick fuckers, none of these fuckers can predict a damn thing. So you let that gold trade ride as long as it wants to ride with an exit. Now you can do it the other way, which is the Bitcoin way. Hold on for dear life. Basically buy and hold. But where's the evidence that buy and hold for one or two speculative markets is a good strategy historically? There's zero diversification, like none. So when you see a situation like this flash crash in crypto, and a lot of the crypto bros are crying because they were leveraged 50 to 1 and they got blown out, and there's conspiracies and there's secrecies, and some big player did this or some other guy did that. No, man. You had no strategy. You had no strategy. You were in it to win it and leveraged to the hilt. That's not a strategy. That's gambling. I'm not going to tell you gambling can't work. You can be one of the lucky fuckers occasionally, but do you want to build your life around the lucky fucker strategy? I mean, if you happen to be one of the lucky fuckers, I salute you. That's how life goes, man. But it's not strategy. If you're not one of the lucky fuckers, then you've got to be rational. You've got to be reasonable. You've got to understand that money doesn't grow on trees. And if money goes away and you have nothing more to play with, You go home. You go home broke. The girls don't like you. The family doesn't care about you. And you're back to playing video games, trying to find some spare change to look at OnlyFans girls. Now, I can't say I have any experience with OnlyFans. I know what it is. I've never logged on. I don't have an account. But there does seem to be something to this, right? People trading on crypto at 50 to 1 and girls on OnlyFans making a ton of money. These things seem connected, right? Dumb guys with lottery strategies also paying for porn with what? Lottery strategy winnings? Look, it's a nutso world. But if you ever reach that point where you say to yourself, there's got to be a better way. How have people over the generations done it? Did they do it like this? Did they sit in chat forums and try to read the tea leaves of assorted anonymous crypto accounts to make their buy and sell decisions? Did they put all of their money in one basket, so to speak? Look, AI is basically free. You can easily run some correlation checks across assets. And then you got to say to yourself, if you're a quote crypto investor and you're trading many crypto markets and they're correlated at 100% and you get a flash crash because Trump did something and knocked you out, don't blame Trump. Blame yourself. Look, when Trump did his tariff crap back in April, that hurt a lot of trend following players. 100% hurt trend following players because there were trends firmly in place and Trump walked into the game and fucked things up. Now, there was no way as a trend following trader you could predict that, but you had to be ready for it. You had to be able to survive it. And if you can survive it, whatever it is, you can live to play another day. If you don't survive, you're back to your mom's basement, tidy whities, video games, and the really low end OnlyFans girls, the ones that perhaps are free. So it doesn't make a difference whether it's crypto, gold, silver, any of these big moves. The best way to have traded them all is trend following. Now, a trend following perspective means that you're not going to only trade gold or you're not going to only trade Bitcoin. You got to have diversification. The funny thing is, if you take a look at some of these only Bitcoin quote traders, and let me draw the distinction here, because I know several people who just own Bitcoin. They made a big bet. They are HODL, hold on for dear life, and they don't trade it. That's their life bet they made. And for several people that I know, respect. It's worked out for them. But if you're here in 2025 and you want to trade Bitcoin, most people are doing one thing. They are reaching for, and I talked about this a few weeks ago, they're reaching for predictive technical analysis. Let me look at the charts. Let me run some indicator, and I will know what is going to happen tomorrow. Please tell me, how the hell does anybody with a fucking brain think that is fucking possible? It does speak to the level of propaganda that exists out there. I know, look, I can go to Amazon and there are technical analysis books out the wazoo, and they get translated into every foreign language. And you know why they're so damn popular? Because like fundamental analysis, predictive technical analysis is another fucking story. People love fucking stories. But shouldn't the objective be to make money? To try to control your risk and make money? Stories should not be the objective. If you find yourself in a bookstore and you're looking at 10, 15, 20 technical analysis books that purport to tell you what will happen tomorrow, do you still have your wallet? Are you still sane? Do you even care? I mean, that's the ultimate answer, right? Most people don't care. They're degenerate gamblers. That's who loves technical analysis books. Degenerate gamblers. And guess what? Degenerate gamblers also have a story for gambling. It's amazing to me because there are very few casino games that you've even got a remote edge if you're a professional player that you might be able to benefit from. Guess what? Roulette is not one of those fucking games. It's 2025. We have AI. We know what works. We know what doesn't work. We know everything is being driven asset-wise by human psychology. What is Trump going to do with the tariffs? What about inflation? What's the Fed going to do? Who gives a shit? You can't make decisions off that stuff. You can't make decisions off predictive technical analysis. You can if you're a masochist, if you don't care, if this is all some freaky, weird entertainment, sure, go for it. But if you're serious and you know that something doesn't feel right, 50-to-1 leverage in some altcoin, I implore you to take the time. Go through my podcast, Ed Secoto, Larry Height, Jerry Parker, Tom Basso, Martin Luke, Jean-Philippe Bouchot, Bill Dreiss, Martin Bergen. These are the names. These are trend-following professionals who will fill your head with shit, not bad shit, good shit that will override the bad shit that's currently in your head. And worst case, you listen to what they have to say, and then you have to prove them wrong and prove yourself right. This is what smart people used to do. You used to have in your mind the scientific method skeptical approach where I'm going to prove this to myself, not the I will listen to the dipshit with the AI Ferrari on X. Imagine how fucked up the world's going to be when people are at full AI mode, unless you have a way to trust the source. Everything will be fake. The stories will be fake. The news will be fake. You won't know real from whatever, but price will still be real. As of right now, I can't see how price would not be real. And if price is still real, you got a chance. You got a fighting chance if price is real. I fully expect for every author, trader, personality, there will be so many fake videos, so much fake information, that if you are remotely still possessing a brain, you'll say to yourself, I can't trust anything that's not real. And what is real? The market price is real. When you're faced with a situation when you flip on X and you don't know if that's really Elon, or you don't know if that's really Trump, and you don't do your homework, everyone can see where this is going to go. Now, I expect, as a side tangent, and I think it would be good for civilization, good for humanity, there's going to have to be some legal work set up here. Because if you don't have the ability to protect your face, your voice, your image, and any jerk off out there with an AI Sora can duplicate you, replicate you, and go rip somebody off, man, we got some issues that we got to work through from a human perspective. But going back to my recommendations, I rattled off many of the podcast guests that you should listen to. But you should also check out my first two books, Trend Following and The Complete Turtle Trader. Trend Following is the Bible. It's my life's mission, my life's work. Details that you cannot find anywhere else except from the man that you're hearing talk right now who put them in a book. They're nowhere else. Crystal clear, right there, proof. And on top of the Trend Following book, my Turtle Trader book, which to me has got this amazing backstory going on right now, which I was not aware of. The Turtle Trader book has become a sensation on TikTok. People are posting video reviews of the Turtle Trader book left and right. I had no idea that this was going on. This story will never die. This story motivates people, even if they have a slightly different strategy, whatever. But the idea that there are good rules out there, good systems out there, good philosophy out there, and that other people have done this and you can learn from them and you can copy from them and you can possibly get the same results, that is motivating, that's exciting. That makes everyone feel like they've got a chance. And that's what the Turtle Trader story does. It makes you feel like you've got a chance. And if you've got a chance, life is happy. Life is fun. Let's go do it. Let's give it a shot. Let's don't bitch and whine. Let's don't complain. Let's don't say, oh, I wasn't born with the silver spoon. No. Let's go do it. Let's get involved. Let's make it happen. That's exactly what I felt when I first heard about the turtle story. And I got to tell you, one day, not this day, but one day I'm going to figure out how to put all of my, quote, turtle files, which are extensive and which are not in my book. Now, don't get me wrong, the book is complete, but the backstory, all of the details that go beyond what are even in a book are too unbelievable to even fathom. Just an amazing story, amazing characters. I mean, we're lucky as hell that we got Jerry Parker out there telling everybody what's going on. But there were a lot of players in the turtle story. And while Jerry was the most successful, Jerry's the most reasonable, rational one that I ever met. Some of the others did pretty well too. But I got to tell you, some of them were batshit crazy. Absolutely off the wall. And in fact, last I checked, one of the original turtle traders is in an institution somewhere. And I don't mean educational institution. You heard it. Easy to figure out. But who cares? The guys that did the story, Bill and Rich, brilliant. Their best student, Jerry, brilliant. Amazing success. They showed everyone that it's possible. I love that. Just a fantastic story. And I got to tell you, seeing that energy on TikTok, dozens and dozens of video reviews of my book, wow, that is so cool. So look, back to that big gold trend, back to that big crypto trend, back to the flash crash. You better have a way you can navigate this kind of stuff. Don't go belly up and commit suicide and pretend like you didn't know this could happen. If you're trading one market on leverage, you're fucked. Oh, now look, you might know somebody who got lucky. They got in really early. They traded one market on leverage and they made who knows how many millions. That's not strategy. That's just lottery. That's life. Shit happens. Salute that person. But you're not that person. I'll see you again next week, and best of luck on every damn thing that you can make happen.
I see a time when those awake will understand how to make money in up, down, and surprise markets. Whether new trader or experienced, college student or financial advisor, protecting against a crash or just trying to make a lot of money, trend following offers everyone an answer in uncertain times. To get started immediately, send me an email, michael@covel.com. I will send you the right trend following steps to take along with my free video. But if you want to buy and hold, trust the government and trust Wall Street, this is absolutely not for you.